Hold on to your tricorders, everyone, because today we're beaming right into the future.
The future of equipment financing.
You got it.
It's going to be a wild ride.
Oh, it is. It is.
A wild ride, I think. We're talking about a potential paradigm shift in how businesses access and utilize the equipment
Absolutely.
they need to thrive.
Okay, so right now we have, a pretty standard system in place, right?
Right.
Credit checks and payment plans.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. But what if I told you that technology could make this process as smooth as, say, replicating a cup of Earl Grey tea on the Starship Enterprise?
That's the goal, isn't it?
That's the goal.
Make financing seamless, efficient, and accessible to everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to be diving into today. We've got this fascinating article from the Rate Card. Yeah. It's called Star Trek-Level Technology Could Transform Equipment Financing.
Yeah, it's a great article.
Let me tell you, it's packed with some seriously futuristic ideas.
Some of these concepts sound like they're straight out of science fiction.
Oh, they too.
But the technology is actually closer than you might think.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The first concept that caught my eye is something called Universal Credit Intelligence, UCI.
UCI. It's essentially a dynamic credit score that's constantly updating based on real-time data.
Real-time, so it's fluid and changing.
It's fluid.
All the time.
Think about it this way. Instead of being judged solely on your past financial history, UCI would consider your current income expenses, even your future earning potential.
So it's painting a much more accurate and holistic picture.
That's it.
Of your financial, health.
Yeah.
So imagine not having to worry about, that one late payment from, 5 years ago haunting you forever. You know?
Exactly.
It's like your creditworthiness.
It's a fluid thing.
It would be a fluid thing, adapting and changing.
It's adapting to your circumstances.
To your circumstances.
This could be a game changer for small businesses.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurs who often struggle to secure financing.
Because of that limited credit history. Or maybe their income fluctuates a lot.
Fluctuation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it would also help to level the playing field.
Absolutely.
For individuals and communities that have been historically underserved.
Underserved by traditional financial institutions.
Yes. Now let's talk about self-evolving smart contracts. This is another concept.
Yes.
That has the potential to, shake things up.
Big time.
So this one involves blockchain technology, right?
Yeah.
So the contract automatically adjusts based on your performance.
Imagine a world where contract disputes are a thing of the past. Let's say your business is booming and you need to upgrade your equipment sooner than expected. The contract could automatically adjust the payment terms to accommodate that growth without the need for lengthy renegotiations.
So it's working with you.
It's working with you.
Yeah, to achieve success rather than being this rigid document that can kind of hold you back.
Exactly. And because these contracts are powered by blockchain, they're incredibly secure and transparent.
Transparency is key, too.
All parties have access to the same information, which helps to build trust.
And prevent disputes.
This
next concept is where things start to get really futuristic.
Oh, yeah.
Quantum decision engines.
Hold on tight because we're entering the realm.
Okay, I'm holding on.
Of quantum computing.
Yeah.
Imagine a system that can analyze infinite scenarios to find the absolute best financing strategy.
Wow.
Minimizing risk and maximizing profit.
It's like having a crystal ball for your finances.
That's a great way to put it.
You could, anticipate market changes, proactive decisions based on a level of data analysis that's simply impossible. With current technology.
This would be especially valuable in industries with volatile markets or complex supply chains.
For sure.
By using quantum computing to optimize financing.
Yeah.
Businesses could achieve unprecedented levels
of efficiency and resilience. Okay. Now this one blew my mind. Predictive resource optimization.
This is all about using AI to anticipate your equipment needs before you even know you have them.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a personal assistant. That's constantly monitoring your business operations, analyzing market trends, and predicting when you'll need to upgrade or replace your equipment. Think about how much smoother your operations would run if you never had to worry about equipment downtime or delays.
Yeah.
You'd always have the right tools at the right time, which would boost productivity.
Reduce costs.
Reduce costs.
So imagine this. You're a construction company and you're in the middle of a major project. Suddenly, one of your excavators breaks down.
Right.
With predictive resource optimization, the AI would have already anticipated this
Yes.
and arranged for a replacement excavator to be delivered,
Here you go.
minimizing any disruption to your work.
Exactly.
It's about creating a seamless, proactive system
Proactive.
that keeps your business running smoothly, no matter what challenges arise.
That's the goal.
Okay. Now, this next concept is where things get a little wild. Embedded leasing platforms.
We're talking about equipment that can actually manage its own financing.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me my forklift could be out there negotiating lease terms?
It's not that far-fetched.
Really?
The article suggests that in the future, equipment could come equipped with AI that's capable of communicating with lenders, analyzing financial data, and even making decisions about when to upgrade or replace itself.
Wow. This is like the ultimate example of automation.
Automation.
Imagine the efficiency of having your equipment handle its own financial affairs.
Right. It would free up your time and resources
Yeah.
to focus on other aspects of your business.
But it also raises some interesting questions about, like, autonomy and control.
Absolutely.
Who's really in charge here? The human owner or the AI-powered equipment? It's something to think about as these technologies continue to evolve.
Yeah, definitely something to consider.
And then we have intergalactic asset liquidation networks.
Okay. Maybe not intergalactic just yet, but still.
Yeah, maybe not just yet. But think of it as like a global marketplace for used equipment
Yeah.
where buyers and sellers from all over the world can connect.
And trade seamlessly.
This would be a game changer for businesses looking to, acquire or dispose of equipment.
Absolutely.
Imagine being able to sell your used forklift to a buyer, like on the other side of the planet,
Instantly and securely.
instantly and securely.
You would also create a more sustainable and efficient use of resources.
It would.
Instead of equipment sitting idle in one part of the world, it could be redeployed to where it's needed most,
Absolutely.
extending its lifespan and reducing waste.
That's like giving equipment a second life.
A second life, exactly.
And who doesn't love a good comeback story?
Exactly. And let's not forget the potential for cost savings.
Of course.
Businesses could access high-quality used equipment at a fraction of the price.
Of buying new.
Which would be huge for...
Huge for startups and small businesses.
Yeah, with those limited budgets.
Limited budgets, exactly.
All right. This next concept is super intriguing. Ethical AI underwriters.
We're talking about using AI to ensure that financing decisions are fair, transparent, and unbiased.
Right. Now, there's a lot of concern about bias in lending practices, especially when it comes to factors like race, gender,
Absolutely.
or socioeconomic status.
With ethical AI underwriters, those biases could be eliminated.
Wow.
The AI would be trained on vast data sets to make decisions solely based on objective financial data, ensuring that everyone has equal access to financing, regardless of their background.
So it's about creating a more just and equitable financial system
Equitable.
where everyone has the opportunity to succeed.
Exactly.
And it's not just about fairness, it's also about transparency.
Transparent.
With AI, you can track every step of the decision-making process, ensuring that there's no hidden agenda or discriminatory practices. Exactly. This level of transparency would build trust between lenders and borrowers, fostering a more collaborative and sustainable financial ecosystem.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it would help to prevent predatory lending practices that often target vulnerable communities.
Okay. So we've covered some pretty mind-blowing concepts so far. What's next on our journey through the future of equipment financing?
Buckle up, because we're about to explore some even more radical ideas that could completely transform the way we think about financing.
Sounds like we're just getting started.
Oh, we are.
Stay tuned, folks.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody. We are continuing our deep dive into the future of equipment financing. If you thought the first half was mind-blowing,
Get ready
get ready.
for even more radical concepts.
Hey, Dan.
We're going to be exploring some ideas that could truly turn the industry on its head
Yeah.
and fundamentally change the relationship between businesses,
Okay.
lenders, and even the environment.
All right. Let's jump right in. This next one is straight out of a sustainability enthusiast's dream: energy-based financing models.
Imagine a world where instead of repaying loans with cash,
Okay.
you could use clean energy contributions.
So instead of sending dollars to the bank, you're sending kilowatts.
Exactly. Think about a solar-powered manufacturing facility.
Okay.
It generates excess energy that it could feed back into the grid, offsetting its loan payments.
Like a win-win for everybody involved.
A win-win.
It incentivizes businesses to invest in renewable energy sources,
Yeah.
which is great for the environment, and it creates a direct link between financial responsibility and environmental sustainability.
And it opens up exciting possibilities for financing projects in developing countries where access to traditional capital might be limited.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. This next concept is all about flexibility.
Yeah.
Time lease constructs.
Imagine if repayment terms were linked to a business's life cycle or specific milestones. Let's say you're a seasonal business. You could structure your loan so that payments are lower during your slow season
Okay.
and higher during your peak season.
That takes so much pressure off businesses.
So much pressure.
They wouldn't be stuck with rigid payment schedules
Yeah.
that don't reflect the reality of their operations.
It's all about tailoring financing
Yeah.
to the unique needs of each business. It's
Huh.
about creating a more responsive and adaptable financial system
Okay.
that can weather economic storms.
Okay. This next one is wild, even for this episode. Bio-coded financing. I still can't quite wrap my head around it.
This concept delves into the intersection of technology, biology, and finance. Imagine if your biological data like stress levels
Okay.
or even brainwave patterns could influence your financing terms.
So if my smartwatch senses that I'm stressed out, my loan payments might automatically adjust
So just
to give me some breathing room.
It's about aligning financial obligations with personal well-being. Of course, this raises questions about data privacy
Of course.
and the ethical implications of using such personal information.
It's definitely a concept that requires careful consideration.
Careful consideration.
But it's also a fascinating glimpse into how personalized finance could become in the future.
How personalized it could be.
Let's move on to ecosystem synergy leasing.
This one highlights the power of collaboration and resource sharing.
Okay.
Right now, we have a lot of equipment sitting idle in warehouses or on job sites. Meanwhile, other businesses are desperately searching for the same equipment.
They are, yeah.
Ecosystem synergy leasing would create a dynamic network
Okay.
where underutilized equipment is identified and redeployed to where it's needed most.
So instead of every business owning its own equipment,
Yeah.
there's this, shared pool of resources that everyone can tap into.
Exactly. It's about maximizing utilization, reducing waste, and creating a more sustainable and efficient economy.
It's a perfect example of how technology can facilitate collaboration and create a win-win situation for everyone involved.
That's the goal.
This next concept is like stepping into a sci-fi movie. Immersive virtual financing.
Bring on the holograms.
I know, I love it.
Imagine being able to visualize the impact of a financing decision
Yeah.
before you actually make it.
Okay.
You could use VR or AR technology to simulate different scenarios.
Right.
Test various financial models and see how your business would perform under different conditions.
It would take so much guesswork out of the equation.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be signing on the dotted line blindly. You'd have a clear understanding of the potential risks and rewards.
And it would allow for more informed and collaborative decision-making. Lenders and borrowers could work together in a virtual environment to explore different financing options
Right.
and find the best solution for everyone.
It's like having a financial laboratory where you can experiment and innovate without any real-world consequences. Talk about reducing risk.
Exactly.
Speaking of risk, let's talk about zero-risk financing.
Zero risk.
Now, this might sound impossible,
Impossible.
but the article makes a compelling argument for how AI could make it a reality.
Oh, it does.
Okay, I'm all ears. How do you eliminate risk entirely
Entirely.
from financial transactions?
By using predictive modeling
Okay.
and advanced data analytics to identify and mitigate potential risks before they even arise.
And so the AI would be constantly analyzing market trends, economic data, and your business's performance.
Constantly analyzing
Yeah.
to create a risk profile and adjust financing terms accordingly.
Exactly. It's about creating a dynamic system that can adapt to changing conditions and ensure that every loan or lease is structured in a way that benefits both the lender and the borrower.
Benefits both.
Of course, this level of predictive accuracy would require massive amounts of data
Massive amount.
and incredibly sophisticated algorithms.
It would.
But if it were possible, it would revolutionize the financial industry.
It would be revolutionary.
Imagine a world where every financial decision is backed by data-driven insights that minimize risk
Minimize risk.
and maximize return.
Maximize returns. It would be a game changer for investors, businesses, and the global economy.
A game changer.
Right.
Now for the final concept in our futuristic financing lineup, Universal prosperity mandates.
This is where we start to think beyond just financial returns.
Yeah.
And consider the broader societal impact of financing decisions.
So it's not just about making money, it's about making a positive contribution to the world.
Exactly. The idea is that every financing decision
Okay.
would need to demonstrate how it would benefit society as a whole.
So lenders would be evaluating projects, not just on their financial viability, but also on their potential to create jobs, support local communities,
All those.
or advance environmental sustainability.
It's about aligning financial incentives with societal goals. It's about recognizing that finance is not just a tool for personal gain,
Right.
but a powerful force that can be used to shape a better future for everyone.
This concept really challenges the traditional view of finance as a purely profit-driven enterprise.
It does.
It's a shift towards a more holistic and purpose-driven approach to financing. It's about creating a system that prioritizes long-term well-being over short-term gains.
Long-term well-being.
It's a vision of finance as a force for good, and it's incredibly inspiring.
We've covered a lot of ground today. From energy-based financing to universal prosperity mandates, it's clear that the future of equipment financing is full of possibilities.
It's both exciting and a little daunting to think about the potential for transformation.
But I think it's important to remember that we're not just passive observers in this process. We all have a role to play in shaping the future of finance.
So what can we do? Where do we go from here?
That's exactly what we're going to explore in the final part of our deep dive. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been on quite a journey exploring the future of equipment financing. From AI-powered credit assessments to biocoding contracts, we've covered some truly mind-blowing concepts.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, let's shift gears from exploring the what to discussing the how. How do we actually bring these Star Trek-level concepts into our reality?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've talked about all these amazing possibilities, but bridging the gap between imagination and implementation can feel like a daunting task.
It's definitely not going to happen overnight. It's going to require a concerted effort from multiple stakeholders.
So where do we even begin? What are the key steps to making this vision of the future a reality?
Well, I think the first step is fostering a collective vision. We need to get everyone on board with these new ideas, from businesses and investors to policymakers and regulators.
Right now, it feels like everyone's operating in their own little silos, focused on their own immediate interests.
Exactly. We need to break down those barriers and create a more collaborative ecosystem. Imagine if we applied the same principles of ecosystem synergy leasing to the development and implementation of these technologies.
So instead of competing, everyone's working together to make this vision a reality.
Precisely. We need open communication, knowledge sharing, and a willingness to experiment. Some of these ideas are going to be more successful than others. We need to be willing to take risks, learn from our mistakes, and constantly iterate.
It's about embracing that spirit of exploration that's so core to the Star Trek universe, boldly going where no financier has gone before.
I love that. We need that sense of adventure, that willingness to push the boundaries of what's possible.
So we need a collective vision, a collaborative ecosystem, and a spirit of innovation. What else is crucial to making this transition happen?
We also need to address some practical considerations. For starters, we need to invest in research and development. AI, blockchain, quantum computing. These are complex technologies that require significant resources to develop and refine.
So we need to put our money where our mouth is, so to speak. Fund research initiatives, support startups, and create incentives for companies to invest in these new technologies.
Exactly. And we also need to develop the talent pipeline. We need more engineers, data scientists, and cybersecurity experts who can build and maintain these complex systems.
That means investing in education and training programs to equip the next generation with the skills they need to thrive in this new technological landscape.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about regulatory frameworks. As these technologies evolve, we need to establish clear guidelines and regulations to ensure they are used responsibly and ethically.
We don't want to stifle innovation, but we also need to protect consumers and prevent unintended consequences.
It's a delicate balance, but it's crucial to get it right. We need to create a regulatory environment that fosters innovation while also safeguarding the public interest.
You know, listening to you talk about all this, it strikes me that bringing these Star Trek-level concepts to life is about more than just technology.
You're absolutely right. It's a societal shift, a change in mindset.
It's about embracing collaboration over competition sustainability, over short-term profit, and long-term vision over immediate gratification.
It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected and that our actions have consequences that extend far beyond ourselves.
It sounds like a tall order, but it's also incredibly inspiring.
It is, and I believe it's achievable if we set our minds to it. If we can harness the power of technology and combine it with human ingenuity and a commitment to creating a better world, we can make this vision of the future a reality.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the future of equipment financing. We've covered a lot of ground today, exploring a range of concepts that could revolutionize the industry and transform the way businesses operate.
While some of these ideas might seem far-fetched now, it's important to remember that technology is constantly evolving, and what seems impossible today could be commonplace tomorrow.
It's an exciting time to be following the world of finance, and we encourage you to stay curious, stay engaged, and stay hopeful.
The future is full of possibilities. Let's work together to create a future where finance is a force for good, driving innovation, sustainability, and prosperity for everyone.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, live long and prosper.